Welcome to another build breakdown. We have a lot of parts that have come in. You guys have seen that over the last couple of videos. This is like the third or fourth one I filmed tonight. We have a lot of parts that need designing and bolted together and all that, and we just rebuilt that pump. So we just gotta keep rolling with it. I've gotten some advice from my dad, who's been a big help on this project. We think this is gonna work. It's like 6 bolts I think we're gonna be able to get on it, and they're like 1/2-inch bolts. I think that should be enough. So for now, we're gonna continue with the plan to put this in here and bolt them together. Now I don't know quite the orientation of this. Once we get the transmission in, I'll be able to see like when it sits flat, how this is clocked, but they're just circles. So we can measure this, measure that, fit them together, see how many are potentially gonna line up. And then again, when we get the transmission, we'll be able to know. So first things first, I need to design that and 3D print it to get that to fit in there. And then that's gonna take an incredible amount of time based on how large it is. So we're gonna pick this up another day whenever that's ready. It's been about a week since the stuff you guys last saw, but I finally got it printed and put in there. It's already together because I had to like shave it down and get it in there to fit. But hopefully you guys can see that, you know, it has the larger diameter. This ring is just to fit the bell housing. So that's why that is so big. And then the hole in the middle to line up the input shaft for the new transmission. And then in the back, you can see we can clock it any way that we need based on how the GTR transmission piece sits when that transmission is level. We were supposed to have the transmission by now. We clearly do not. It has just snowed for like 2 days here, so I think that was kind of the delay, but I was finally able to get a tracking number for it after like a couple weeks, and it should be here within the next week. Now, I'm gonna not wait to get it to post this video, because again, if anybody has any ideas that may be better than this to mount them up, there's not really like a swap kit out there, because that transmission doesn't really go with that motor. So it's gonna be a custom thing, but I wanna put it out in case anybody has any ideas that I'm just missing. But for now, this is what we're gonna get. We'll have some bolts. We'll build some spacers in here. Like the bolt up here is gonna be fine. We'll build some spacers to cover these gaps. And then again, we're gonna have like, that one works, all of these down here work. Now, it actually looks like all of these work, but I can't even really show you. But in here, I'll take this out and show you guys. On this piece, there's kind of a beveled edge with all these little cutouts, because on the T5 transmission, this goes against the transmission side, this is the bell housing side. On this side, there's this piece on the T5 transmission, bolts on the front, and there's like a big flange with bolts around it. And so they have to make clearance for those. Some of those holes line up directly, you know, on this edge. So it's not really something that we're gonna be able to bolt to, so we have to wait until the bolts start hitting down here. I think we can get like 6 or 7 bolts in at like 1/2 inch, I think is what we can get in there. So I think that will be fine. Is it gonna be a long-term solution? Maybe not. Obviously, if it breaks between doing that and only putting, you know, 300 horsepower or whatever that motor has to it, we'll find something better. But if it works, we'll just run with it, and then we'll try throwing more power at it until it breaks. I think that's all I have for this little project. We're knocking things out little by little. We're jumping around, doing different stuff, but we gotta just start trying stuff so that by the time we get to it, like we don't have the transmission yet, we're not bolting it up yet, but by the time it gets here and we need to bolt it up, we need to have at least an idea of what we're doing. So that's why it may seem like we're jumping around a lot. I think I said that in the last video, that we're just tackling random stuff so that when the time comes, we're ready to go. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next build breakdown.